Not safe for work. What have you found out about someone that you would never tell them you know? I came home for lunch one day, I rarely do this, and saw my teenage son jerking off, naked, on the couch with earbuds in. He didn't see me. I snuck back out and got McDonald's. Earbuds are a super risky move. I stumbled upon what was to be my best friend's suicide note. Completely upended my life to support him, and everything is better for him now. Will never know if anything I did made a difference, and don't really care, just glad my friend is good, and I don't plan to ever tell him why I made the choices I made. Edit, thank you for my first gold awesome stranger. I found out that my brother has a brain tumor after accidentally reading a conversation between him and my mum. He doesn't want the rest of us to know, and I want to respect that. Edit, thanks for the support, you lovely people. This one is really tame. My best friend had me as her labor coach along with her husband for both of her deliveries. She is very modest and embarrassed about a lot of bodily functions. Her biggest fear was pooping herself during labor. Well, she did, both times. And both times the midwives cleaned it up immediately and didn't mention it to her. Her husband and I both saw it as we were holding her legs. To this day she swears she's so lucky she didn't poop during her labor, that it would have been so embarrassing. Her husband and I will never tell her. We've never even discussed it. It was just this unspoken agreement. Whereas I'm blatantly open about the fact I shit during labor. Edit, I am a lady. Yes, most women poop during labor. Yes, I think it's silly to be embarrassed about bodily functions, but she came from an extremely abusive family and that's one thing that she's very insecure about. Yes, I posted this in another sub. Found out a friend got fired from a job because he got caught jerking off in the walk-in freezer. Edit, his mom was the manager and she was the one who fired him. Instructions unclear, told to go to freezer and handle meat. I'm pretty sure my wife thinks I can't hear that she farts as soon as she gets in the shower. When I was 15, my mom asked me to fix her phone because the internet wasn't working. After poking around for a while I figured it out and went to test it. When I opened up Google, her top searches were how to make my husband love me and how to make my husband notice me. My dad has been cheating on her most of my life. I'm 20. When her and I talked about him cheating, she said she was used to it and was just staying with him for my sister and I, and that she no longer really loved him. I believed her up until that point. I never told her I saw that. Edit, wow. I had no idea this would get so much attention. My mom is doing amazing now. Her and I are very close even though I live 9 hours away. She nearly left my dad a couple years ago after I moved out. He then realized how horrible he was to her and he went through therapy and did everything he could to fix it. They are really happy now and more supportive than ever. I found out a married woman at work was having an affair with an ex-co-worker. She'd go out for lunch and get laid pretty regularly apparently. I was helping her with an Outlook problem one day where one of her emails wouldn't send and Outlook would crash. She asked me to fix it since it wouldn't open properly anymore and she couldn't get any work done. So I started working on the problem, conveniently right before lunchtime. All I did was remove the account from Outlook, then restarted the client app, re-added the account, and everything was good. The offending email was in her sent items instead of stuck in her outbox, and referred to the guy wanting to come on her tits. She said he could come anywhere he wanted, on her face, on her tits, in her pussy, in her ass, wherever, so long as they got a room this time instead of fricking in the back of a car. I was caught a little off guard with that, and confused when she got knocked up a few weeks later with another co-worker's kid. It baffles me that people use work email or work-issued laptops to do things like this. It just screams idiotic unless you want to get caught. The dad of one of my friends is terminal. She already lost her mom when she was younger and she has a younger sister still in high school. She hasn't told anyone, but I found out because my cousin dates her younger sister. She still seems so happy all of the time. He wasn't supposed to live to see 2018, but he's still around, which is nice, but it still pains me whenever I see her. Frown. One of my best friends, going on 14 years or so, fricks his sister. It was not uncommon for me to stop by and just walk into the house, knowing the family so long. Well, one day I walk in and bam, brother/sister sexual congress going on the couch in the middle of the day. They did not notice me, so I just slipped back out. I don't pop over there anymore. Perfect time to get some McDonald's. I think I have told this story on here before. In elementary school, I saw one of my best friends eating pizza somebody had thrown in a garbage can. I found out a bit later that his dad had lost his job, and his dad, his two sisters, and his mom were living on the streets. But he would have died from shame had I told him that. I know. But my mom found out from me, and she bought him and his sisters lunch cards for the year, and breakfast cards. The school lunch lady told them that they won them in a raffle. Edit, thanks for the gold, whoever you are. Glad I could make your day a bit better, hopefully. I love your mom. And not in their usual Reddit way. Girl I work with did porn, she doesn't know that I know. You filming her through her blinds from a tree in her backyard isn't her doing porn. That bikini was 100% see-through. I've posted this before, but near the end of college I discovered my roommate and his sister had a sexual relationship. Did you go to Castle Rock University? His brother was the one who posted a picture of him on r/roast. I once stumbled upon my little sister's browsing history. She was around 11 years old at the time. Most of the searches were porn related. Not unusual. Both my girlfriend and I have talked about when we first started looking at porn, and it was around that time or sooner. When I was 9 I discovered porn, and was obviously blown away by those massive dicks, and I asked Jeeves, who I thought was a real person, "Hello Jeeves, I am Meowkism and I am 9 years old and I was wondering how big my penis should be." Edit, wow, over 3 years on Reddit and 15% of my entire karma is from this. So proud. As for Jeeves' response, all I remember is he didn't answer me in a way that I thought, and it just looked like, what I now know is, a normal web search result. I was expecting a chat with Jeeves himself. That their dad cheated on their mom and they have a half-sister they don't know about. Edit, for people asking how I found out. I went to high school with the girl. Her dad worked with my mom for about 20 years. My mom told me for some reason. The girl very much dislikes me anyway. That they were named in honor of someone who killed his wife and then himself, leaving several kids behind as orphans. Edit, yes, the parents who did the naming knew full well what he had done. I followed one of my old co-workers on Tumblr, I know, several years ago, and forgot about it because she stopped using it. This year she started using it again, but her Tumblr turned into a porn blog for her DDLG relationship with her husband. I would be cruising down my dashboard and suddenly see a video of her in a frilly dress getting reamed in the ass or what have you, until I remembered to unfollow her. Wife hates having sex with him, and they haven't done it in almost a year. I found my brother's Reddit account. He tried some stuff sexually that I would rather not know, and definitely would not want him to know that I know. Accidentally stumbled across nudes on the internet from a girl I know, some properly kinky stuff and requests etc. We were never particularly close, but it's still something I'd never say in a million years. Their Reddit usernames. I know my brother's username. This worked out well for me when I made a throwaway to use on R4R looking for a man to have a threesome with me and my partner. My brother responded. I hadn't attached pics or any identifying information, and luckily I saw his username before opening any of the pics he attached with his response. We both laughed it off and have never discussed it again. Recently found out that my grandmother has cancer. I don't want her to know that I know because I want her to just enjoy my company and take her mind off of it. Frick cancer. I knew that my husband's former boss was getting fricked by a police officer at work while her husband listened in on the phone. Her husband is the one who usually set it up. My husband and I never told her we knew that. But it taught me that even the most vanilla couples on the outside can be real freaks in the sheets on the inside.